Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
All right. Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay. Welcome. One of the things I got to tell you, brought to you by R&B Roll-Off. That's right. That's that small garbage company that's going to do great things for you. If you have a hard time finding, go to my website. You'll be able to see all the things that we do, all the different can sizes, and you might call them what? You might actually talk to me.
Just might.
That be right.
Right.
Bar Talk with Jay will be doing multiple things that day. Join us and see what we can make your life better. That's right. Join the team.
Join the team.
Now, join us back here, because who I got in the building, you do not understand, big baby. My man Crack.
What's happening, Smooth Jay?
Man, all I can say, man, it's a pleasure being up in this building with you, bro.
It is a pleasure, man. I take a lot of pride in what we do here. And just am grateful for being here tonight, man. You know, again, as I said last week, life is going well. Things are just beautiful, you know?
Right.
And so I'm just really just trying to stay focused, man. You know, stay focused. Living the good life, staying focused. Man,
I see you,
I'm poised for greatness.
Extra chipper over there, man. What went on this weekend? What you play?
I don't know, man. My heart is lighter now. You know, my heart was heavy in the end of the year. I lost my pops at the end of the year, and I'm just getting resolved with that. And man, I'm telling you, see, life is about your own thinking. It's not about anything else other than how you decide you're going to deal with situations. And so I'm not going to let any situation outside of me. Don't think I ain't got a few problems and some issues, but I don't let any of those things disturb what's going on the inside of me. So that just keeps me in peace. So folks, this is Bar Talk with Jay. I am Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay. And we are here to liberate minds and souls for people to become their greatest possibility. It is a passion of both Jay and I to just have great discussion and great dialogue, and we determined over a number of these shows that it's very therapeutic to have some of these conversations. And so we want you to participate from your living room, from your headphones, wherever you happen to be, and see if we can help elevate your mind on some subjects that we deal with all the time, but nobody seems to be talking about it, right? And that's part of my passion, is I want to create a platform that will help people to deal with the real issues in life. And you're going to see how we do it tonight, man. And we're going to have a lot of fun. Got a great show lined up for you. And we always start the night off with prayer. So would you like to engage tonight, Jay?
Oh, no. I just want everybody to know. Bar Talk with Jay, that's Cash App. That cash sign, Bar Talk. Because I'm telling you, when you hear this man do his thing, go ahead and just send that donation, okay? I can't send a plate around because I don't know where you at, but you can Cash App. Bar Talk with Jay. Go ahead, bro. I'll let you have it.
Okay. Heavenly Father, we just come into your presence right now. We thank you for the unity that is happening in this show. And we thank you for the show itself and bringing us all together. We thank you for our audience tonight, and may you open their minds and hearts to allow them to become their greatest possibility. And we ask that you would just be with us to just have a great time and learn something about ourselves tonight. And we ask all these blessings in your Son's name, Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen.
Amen. And again, that's Cash App.
Right.
Cash sign, Bar Talk with Jay. That's right.
I wonder how many people would give money. You know
so far,
none. For prayer. So far, none. Huh? But that means we ain't made no difference.
Yeah, but we still pray for them.
Yeah,
pray for you
our prayers aren't going in vain. That's absolutely right. So, just moving on with the show. We like to always cover last week's topic, and last week we talked about basically, how do we deal with darkness in our lives, and how do we keep darkness from making us weak so that we can have an effort to become strong again.
Flashlight.
And it was a profound show because there's this little place that we all find ourselves in life where we don't have answers.
Right.
And it seems like the future is dim. And it seems like trouble is going to win. And that we're going to be, you know, we're going to be on the downside, on the other side of this equation, and our minds are just filled with worries and fears and doubts and all kinds of stuff inside, and we find ourselves in the darkness. We got to figure out how to come out of that darkness and move toward the goal, how to become strong again. And it is every man's battle to overcome such thing. We typically, I've learned, some of the language I've learned is that we have to get ourselves out of the way. Ernest Holmes used to always say we have to get our bloated nothingness out of the way and let the good shine through. And sometimes I think the fear and doubt is like a restriction. It blocks the portals of blessings, you know. So there are numerous ways. We talked about all kinds, from just being prayerful, being positive. You know, we talked a lot about the key is to change your mind. Right? The key is that you can no longer think inside of the dark space. You have to think about being in the light. And what is the light? The light is you have to think about what things would look like in your life if they were fixed. If things were healed, whatever problems you're dealing with, if it was healed, if it was fixed, if there was a resolution, if the money came, whatever those things are, what would it look like? And the question becomes, have you mentally entertained the entire screen, the entire picture of what it would look like when it's fixed? Because when you can attach your thinking to how it looks when it's fixed, it becomes healing, becomes peaceful in your spirit, right? Because you can see the goal in mind. But if you can't see the goal in mind, then you're probably fighting the bad spirits that's operating in the present moment. You see what I mean? So it was a dynamic show, folks. What you thought about it, Jay?
Man, I was just having an analogy in my head. In the dark, what I normally do is I turn my headlights on. Again,
right?
You gotta do something different, man. Because again, we be riding around in the dark, and you ain't gonna tell them what you gonna run into. So again, are you using everything that you have? And again, the headlights is just another source of light.
Yeah, do something different. And do something different can mean so many different things.
Change your whole life.
It'll change your life. And you know, in fact, we talked a little bit about what comes first, our attitude or our behavior. And ultimately, what comes first should always be your behavior. You don't have to feel good about doing that task in order to get it done. It doesn't matter how you feel, just get it done. So we sometimes can let our behavior help motivate our attitude. Because if we dive in after we get lost in the work and we kind of come back to reality, we're going to find that we have already made great progress. A great progress in a very short period of time. You ever procrastinated on something, folks? And then it gets down to the wire, and as soon as you get laser focused on it, it's done. Just like that. It's done behind you. So all of that time we've belabored in our fears and, you know, mental challenges, and you could have had it done. Attack life. That should be the pill we all take this year, is to attack life. And I'm doing it. I need to do it in so many more ways, but I'm actually taking my own advice and attacking life. And I'm telling you, I'm creating solutions to problems that will never rear their heads. You see what I mean? Being proactive and intentional. It's called living in the green zone. We talked about it when we did a show at the cafe. You remember that? Living in the green zone. So it was good stuff, folks. Check out the show. We're at all over the internet. BarTalkWithJay.com. Yeah, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, iTunes.
Keep going now.
I'm gonna let you finish the rest of it.
See, why you always want to throw it off on me?
Because I don't do them. I don't know them sites, man, at all.
I take the heat, bro. Don't even worry about it. I understand your situation.
Thank you, Jay.
So Jay will recognize what's going on with Kraft and take the heat for his ass.
No. Just do what you always do.
You're right. So again, me, POF, Black Planet, and hey, we gonna even get on that Let Go. I ain't like Offer Up. Well, we selling everything. Y'all ain't even understand. I'm Amazon. However you want to find us. And again, like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Again, on YouTube. We try to hit every market, everything that we can.
Yeah.
So again,
that's genius, man. That really is genius.
It is, but it took a lot of great work, and I got a great crew.
Yeah.
And again, we missing Barbara down there in Macon, Georgia.
Yeah. Hey, Barbara, how you doing, hon? that social media thing is so powerful. You know, it is the world nowadays,
It changed everything.
and it's a language that I don't understand. And we really need to become more proficient in that, and we will. We got great content, but I always said you can bake the best cakes in the entire universe, but if you don't know how to sell them, you're gonna always be a nobody. You're gonna
have
always
them best cakes to yourself.
you're gonna be broke.
You're gonna be hungry.
You're gonna be broke. Yeah, you make the greatest jewelry, the best tennis shoes. You can have the best, insect program. You can whatever you got, but if you don't know how to sell it, you're nothing. I think we all need to do more focused on selling, and you do a great job of reaching into some new genres.
I got great people like man behind the camera. They ain't ever going to speak up and come out.
Yeah, that's all right. He plays his position perfectly.
Man, that's why I love this.
Perfectly.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah. So let's move on with the show. There's two things we need to cover, and we got plenty of time. We got about 8-9 minutes here before we go to break. One is our quote for today, and the second one is what's called the craft segment. And I want to kind of bring these two together because I think there's so much value to be added to the type of show that we are going to, with the kind of conversation we're going to have tonight. Okay. There is a phenomena going on in the world, and it's called drama. Drama seems to be big in the world.
Yes, it is.
And it had a lot of effects, and it has a lot of reasons that it exists at all. And we want to dive into drama. What is drama? What's really going on with drama? Who are these people? What do they look like? How do we deal with them? What should we put them out? Should we love up on them? Should we teach them something? We really want to understand what's going on with drama. Now, drama is the subject for tonight, okay? Mm-hmm. But Barbara asked the question, how do you guard your heart spiritually? How do you guard your heart spiritually? And the first question that comes to my mind is, well, what would I need to guard my heart from?
Mm-hmm. It's the people you hang with. As I said.
You need to guard your heart from drama. And how do we do that? I'm always going to start off with prayer. Prayer is the answer. And for those of you who know about prayer and are not actively engaged in it, you know you're leaving so much more of your potential on the table because your answer exists within the prayer. My pastor always say the answer is within the question. Right? Seeking you shall find, asking, knocking the door should be answered. So by not praying, we're not putting enough consciousness, enough energy, enough intelligence, enough love, enough power into the resolution. God has the resolution, but he wants you to begin to know, and he'll move through your spirit if you just know. So we need to guard our hearts through prayer, and we guard our hearts in prayer through just basically saying, keep so-and-so from hurting me. Don't let anyone come near my heart, Lord, to hurt me. Let only those people who are worthy of my attention and my love be allowed in my life. I ask, Father, that you would let my business be my own and not in the mouths of those who are around me, who may hear my conversations, who may try to spread gossip about me, who may try to spread rumors about me. That when you pray like this, you really protect your heart from being pulled by hearing something. So-and-so said that you did X. I did what? I did what? Now you're all upset
you did it.
On false information. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You upset on false information, but you wouldn't get upset over that false information if you had your heart already guarded. Right? I'm not worried about what a man says. I hope you believe the story that they told you. You should act accordingly. Not leave my presence.
That was smooth.
So it's important that we guard our heart, and we guard our heart spiritually through prayer. I'm encouraging you folks to pray and pray and pray and pray. If you've got drama-filled people around you, you need to pray. And so, as we go into this show, we'll talk some more. We'll dabble some more into that. Any comment on that, Jay, before I move on to the quote?
Oh, man. Yeah, pray and cut loose.
Pray and cut loose.
Loose, because
Cut
I got
loose.
you.
Yeah.
You definitely pray up and definitely cut out.
Yeah.
It's a two-part thing, because again, these kind of people don't really need to stay around you after you prayed on you. You got to work on it.
Yeah, but boy, if you use that prayer rightly, it'll push them on. Because there's been numerous times I've said to myself, there's something about this person that's kind of suspect.
Mm-hmm.
And so I take it to the Lord. I'm saying, Lord, if this is a good person for me, bring them closer. Bring them closer. Let me nurture their spirit and become friends and tap into each other's understanding of the wisdom of the universe and let us protect one another. But if they're not for me, let them disappear into the ethers of the universe and never be found again. And I've had numerous people to disappear.
That's why we got some
Right.
missing folks.
I'm using spiritual power though,
Lord.
right? And so but my heart is protected. Right?
Yeah,
I'm not worried about darkness
waxed
coming into my
everybody else.
sphere. Yeah, I'm not worried about nobody coming into my atmosphere, right? Because, see, it is the word that creates. And if people are speaking a false word over your life, they're creating nonsense in your life and you're not even knowing it. It's a real spiritual principle, right? So you can't have nobody speaking into your life and saying things about you behind your back, because those words manifest, those words create. Right? And so it's imperative to get enemies out of your circle, knowing your business, what you're doing, what you're not doing, where you're going, where you're not going, because they're thinking and talking about your life, and they're spiritually powerful. Those words will manifest. The word was God and the word was with God, and that's just the way the universe works. What we speak is not just an abstract thing. What we speak becomes life, and some people don't want good for you. Some of those drama-filled people, right?
Call haters.
So here is our quote, and then we're going to take our break for tonight. This is from Miss Barber. There would be way less drama in life if people could only face their problems without blaming others for their own emotions, acts, or thoughts that they can't handle in a certain situation because of pride and insecurity. That you find it difficult, that's okay. But to keep starting drama over and over again because your hurt ego is pointless and not necessary. So take responsibility and fix it.
I think she threw some knives.
I think she definitely shot some darts with that one, right?
I don't know what you pissed off with, Barbara, but you need to change up your profession too.
Now,
you and Jeffrey, y'all going off.
And it sounds so bad. I want to get supernaturally deep here, but I don't want to lose my audience. But she's talking about people who I think are sometimes sick, right? They can't see the truth. Right? And the truth becomes somebody else's story that they get power from. You see what I mean? Man, I got so much to say on that. So there would be way less drama in life if people could only face their problems without blaming others for their own emotions, acts, or thoughts that they can't handle in certain situations because of pride and insecurity. Pride and insecurities.
Take you out the game.
I think that the essence of drama is the foundation of drama becomes pride and insecurity. Why would I have a reason to talk about your business? Or why would I have a reason to upset the environment unless I'm looking for power? And the only reason I'm looking for power is because I'm insecure. I'm an insecure person. So now it's like people who talk down to waiters and waitresses, you know what I mean, that most of them are not strong people, right? Strong people don't talk to waiters and waitresses in a bad way or mistreat people in that way. It's only insecure people who do that. And so I think a lot of the drama that happens in life are, based on insecurities. And, this show isn't about mashing on anybody. This show is really about dissecting what's happening in the midst of this drama-infested world that we're in. What's really going on here? Why do people feel a need to go and talk about other people's lives? Why do people feel a need to be loud and boisterous or make their voices heard and create drama? where there really should be no drama. There could be a simple communication and you deal with it. Drama comes in so many different forms, but I think it's imperative that we talk about it, Jay.
I do too, man, because you got to really think about drama, and it's going to be up to you, but it's also how you perceive things and how things are coming out. And I like to say sometimes people go with the drama because people is not being recognized in the real. So in the everyday real life, they really pay you no attention. So now you feel good about putting somebody else's business out there because now they're gravitating and they listen to what you got to say. But you ain't really got nothing good to say. You just want to repeat some more garbage that you done heard. Mm-hmm. So you're not passing and fixing, you just doing. But I like the feel, how everybody looks at me, and it's not like they look at me like regular. It's like, yo, I'm that guy that's going to be able to spit some things to you, not knowing that you ain't really pushing out anything. Mm-hmm. But again, you feel good, okay? And that's an escape from reality.
Right.
So I live this way, knowing it's not healthy, right? But I like how I feel. And that's why you got people that lie all the time for no good reason. You feel like, why would you? Because they got comfortable being separated from reality.
Right.
Because reality is harsh. And it's hitting you constantly. So you getting this, it's like a fairy tale land. It seems like it's so much more comfortable.
There you go.
But it's up to you.
And folks, you can see we are already on one. I'm hoping you're identifying with what we're talking about here. People are always centered in drama. What do you do about it? Why are people so focused on drama in order to escape reality? It is time for our first break, and we want you to stay here with us.
We back. Bar Talk with Jay.
Yes, sir.
Smooth sounds of Craft Matter.
Man, did you hear that track though? We gotta talk about that song, man, because that song is...
Man, cheat on me with a basketball player really play.
I mean, isn't that what we talking about tonight? Drama?
It is, man.
Right?
You don't speak that drama on me.
No, that's drama that's drama centered in pain.
Yeah, I felt some madness.
Right?
I felt a little some things, some heat.
It happens.
Some frustration, some anger.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it's called bitterness. You gotta let go. You gotta let go.
Bitterness, yeah. And she even said, "I'm bitter."
Oh, I mean, I felt it. I kind of heard the song. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And to the people that got that, let's let that go. Okay? Because again, the things that you hold and show resentment or you want to get this person back is the same things that just takes away from your life. My whole thing is that person might have did whatever to you and moved on.
Right.
They living their life and you holding on to that misery.
Right.
No, they need to just own it and move on.
Right.
And a lot of times it's not happening, and that's what causes that drama.
That's what causes that drama.
And that's the definition tonight for that drama, because a lot of people are like, what is drama? You can be drama yourself and not even know it.
Right.
Because it comes a way of life.
Right.
You don't think none of the fact that everything you got to say is negative. And you always got something to say about somebody. And there's hardly anything positive.
Right.
You can start focusing back on yourself and start making better. And I like to say, when I say looking into yourself, it's like a shirt, okay? You got to get into the fabric. Okay? You got to get all the way to the fiber. And that's when they start woven into, because it's you. It's your life. You need to understand what's your makeup. And then you got to start making some decisions that was different than you made before.
Right.
Now, the best thing is to go back and find out and analyze what really went on. And not blame. Now, see, analyzing and blaming is two different things. Because a lot of times when people go through a hurtful situation, they quick to throw blame.
Right.
I can't say I haven't done it, but being honest, if you're saying what that person did, how are you fixing what you might have contributed to?
Right.
And that's what I feel we get stuck at. Because it's so easy to say, oh, that person, if he wouldn't have did that, I wouldn't have did this. But what you did do, who's fixing it?
Right.
Because it's too busy pointing and not changing. And we then what we do, we repeat.
Right.
So again, the whole show is about having a better understanding about your life and making drama be less of a situation when you have to escape and deal with the reality of the world. Even though it can be kind of cold, and that's why people go to drama, I like to say the coldness is just temporary. You got to understand what you're going through.
Yeah. I think there's several definitions of drama, and you mentioned it. Is Jamal coming tonight?
Nah,
okay,
man, I gotta find out what's going on. Like, he must be working hard, and I know you said you don't even know he would work.
Well, I can't see him in a job in my life. I can't see him working for nobody, And but he might be a great employee. You know, we all have to be great employees at some
I
point
mean,
in
you
life.
would like
you know?
to make sure that he's good, yeah. But if he anything like Jeffrey and Barbara, pissed off, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Find something else. Don't do it.
Listen, you know, when we talk about drama, one of the definitions, one of the theme definitions is a play for theater, radio, or television.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Right? A drama is it's a show,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's a dramatization. It's like a screenplay, you know. And what are we really talking about here is people who blow things up.
Way bigger than what they are.
Way bigger than what they are, and people who use maybe your information to try to get up on things. So here's an example. I'm at work, and it's challenging times at work. This happened many years ago. It's challenging time at work, and I tell one of my, who I thought was my partners,
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, you know what? I think it might be time to get up out of here. Might be time to move on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he heard it, and one other guy heard it, right? Well, about an hour later, I heard from the sales manager, crap, I heard you thinking about leaving.
Snitch!
Right? I heard you think about leaving, and I'm like, well, no, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like the environment. You know, I'm not happy right now, but you know, I am weighing options. You know, if we have to talk about it, it's just my life. Don't worry about it. Right?
Just throw my job away.
Yeah, you can replace me. You know, you can replace me. I might have to move somewhere else. But in those moments, you know, I'm confiding in someone, and the next thing you know, they're blowing my stuff up. And what's happening is they're kind of getting points by telling, right? Because manager's like, yeah, I'm glad you told me, right? So now it's a drama, it's a theatrical, you know, presentation, a theatrical experience that we're having. And when they bring it to me, and when I get exposed to that they know, or you know, that he found out in this way, now I have to deal with it.
Yep.
And that creates even more drama. It can,
Mm-hmm.
right? I can go talking to everybody who was involved or who said something, and
Shouldn't
next
have
thing
to
you
do
know,
all that.
yeah, you shouldn't have to do all of that. And if you're not careful, you'll find yourself responding to drama, and it wasn't even looking for it. You wasn't even seeking it. You wasn't even.
Right into it.
Yeah, you fall right into it. And sometimes I've learned a technique where when there's drama going on, and let's just say it's two other people that we're discussing a business transaction or whatever, and they're being really dramatic about it, I'll just get quiet. I'll just listen and let them keep talking. And people really don't like silence. You know what I mean? And so if you just create enough silence, they'll start talking, and they'll keep talking, and they'll just keep on talking. Next thing you know, they'll find themselves how foolish they sound, you know? And I'll come in at the end and say something like, man, I can't even believe we spent 10 minutes talking about this. And we got something better to do than talk about this. And so sometimes you gotta beat down the drama a little bit. You know, you gotta mash on those people who bring the drama. But, you know, it's happening in every environment.
I ain't gonna lie to crap, I avoid it.
I avoid it too.
You know some people call you, and they be like, Craig, you ain't gonna guess what happened to me. The first thing come to my head is, I really don't care to know.
Right.
Because I already know whatever you're about to say is gonna be something that's gonna make me be like, In the end, you think you can help me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you finna ask for some money.
Right.
You finna ask for some money.
You building up this drama to come over here and hit me. That person that had nothing to do with the mess your behind in.
Right.
And gonna hit me up for some money to help you. When it's clear, you the one with the problem. But you gonna call me for sympathy. And listen,
They ain't call you for no sympathy.
It is. They sympathy getting your money. Simply getting your money.
Yeah.
So
they playing a mind game.
No, they try.
And so that's how drama's created, right? People they create this magnificent story.
But you gotta learn how to avoid it. So they be like, you'll never guess what. Be like, man, I'm so busy right now. You gotta let me know later, cause I already know what you're about to do. But no, get off phone.
We seen it a mile coming.
Oh, come on. And then the other ones, they give you the, my car ain't running, and I don't know how I'm gonna get it fixed. I'd be like, man, you know, I really hate hearing that. I'm gonna get back with you. Oh, I'm gonna tell my secrets. That way, why don't y'all stop calling me about y'all problems? Your car had nothing to do with me.
That's real.
But yeah, you know, oh, well, you think you can, that's what comes next.
That's what comes
You be
next.
like, oh, you hate to hear that. Get off of it. Because if you don't, I know you probably do hate to hear it, but you think you can help me? What? Help you? Oh, you know, and remember now, especially if you add any kind of relations, you know, you get any kind of, what? It's like, oh, but you have a problem coming over here last. What that got to do with your raggedy car? I drove over there. You didn't drive that thing, but you been driving with no oil. Ain't been checking it out.
Right.
Don't even know how to lift the hood.
Right.
But then you want to throw your issues on the person to be like, well, I figured you would just help. No. You drama. You drama for no good reason. Not for a person who was just trying to get some regular help. I'm not trying to say I don't help nobody.
Right.
I'm just tired of the ones that, to me, is pulling the drama to pull the wool.
Yeah.
Simple.
And that's what. And I tell you, man, there's a lot of game. I never really thought about it this way. There's a lot of game in drama.
That's what they try to do. Yeah.
So they create the drama so that they can win whatever it is, and it could be favor of the boss, it could be favor of the friend, it could be favor of, you know, your girlfriend's husband or whatever. You know what I mean? It could. You're looking for something in return in the midst of that drama.
Yeah, you think about it, it's like the dude that snitched on you. You know, heard that you might be leaving. No, he could have kept it to himself.
He could have kept it to himself.
You see the boss man knowing he ain't sold nothing.
Right.
You know, another one of these kind of months, they talking about getting rid of him. So guess what? I don't let them know about crab.
Right.
Selfishness has a huge role in it. Mm-hmm. Because I'm selfishly covering myself by trying to get in favorably when I'm not favored.
Right. And,
okay.
And here's the drama. The drama is the story.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So I tell you a story, and I deliver that story. I can deliver it in so many different ways, right? Mm-hmm. But I deliver this story and concoct these images that I share with you, and in hopes that you will open your heart up and say, "Oh, I really hate that. Oh man, look, what can I do for you? Can you need some? Can I give you some money to help? You know?" And one of the most troubling things in today's times is having people trying to sell you, and you know they're trying to sell you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's game. People are running game. They're trying to put you together. Right? And I absolutely hate with a passion for anybody to try to put me together. I would rather you be like, as soon as you get on the phone, I ain't talking to you, and just, hey, crap, what's up, man? Hey, listen, man, I need $100. I'm going through some bullshit over here, over there, something just happening, but man, can you help me? I don't even want to hear the story. I'd rather just give it to you on, you my type, you my friend, you my, whatever, and not have to hear some dramatized story, which is probably 90% lies, and one of the, the truth in it, is something that probably could have been fixed
right.
long time ago, or with a little money, or whatever the case may be. And so we have to protect ourselves. For those of us who love helping people, for those of us who like giving, for those of us who are not about taking from everybody else, we have to protect ourselves from the dramatic stories around us. And anybody who's ever had any real money, any real paper, know that they get the most dramatized stories in the universe. You know what I'm saying? And so people are pulling on their heartstrings with this there's some essence of truth in it, but they build it up to such degree that they're just trying to sell you. And you have to protect yourself, especially a person like me, because I'm a giving person, right? If I feel your pain, I'm going to give it. I ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it.
I was like you for a little while. I don't think I'm saying.
Well, I'm not like that anymore, Jay, because I'm clearly recognizing that it seems like the world is on the take.
Yes.
Right? That everything is just trying to take you. Mm-hmm. And so if you don't have your guard up, if you haven't protected your heart, like we were talking about earlier, protected your heart spiritually, you're going to get your emotions used. Mm-hmm. And people are going to use your emotions to get what they want from you. And so it's, when I first started thinking about this subject, I'm just really thinking about the rattle of drama, the cat talk and the nonsense, the gossiping and all that other stuff. But the reality is that we are all facing these stories that are being thrown at us to do X, Y, and Z. Your coworker might say, "Hey, listen, my wife got lost somewhere, and I gotta go get her, and I'm saying, can you just take off my shift for the rest of the evening?" Right?
Well, you just lost your whole wife.
Right.
And you thought that was gonna fly. If you don't take her behind back over there and go back to work. Because I told you, I heard every story that almost
These stories
But
I
I'll
have.
tell you what, since we snitching tonight, because we doing this little segment right,
It's about time for it. Go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna do this snitches. For the ones that's on these date sites, okay, that B2P, half up front. Anybody that don't know anything, how the heck you gonna pay for half up front or something? You don't even know what you gonna get. Why stop? And again, this is on that date site because a lot of people ain't gonna understand exactly what I'm saying. But people that's out there in the dating world, again, somebody's gonna ask you $30, $40 so they can come your way because they ain't got no gas. Ask yourself a question. Okay, real quick, like, if I got paid for gas for you to come visit me, I really probably don't need you to see me.
Right.
I'm just being honest. I mean, it's time to help some folks out. I mean, this is reality. You got to pay somebody to come over see. You must not be worth seeing.
That's good. That's good.
So
Jay.
again, I just want to wake y'all up to
That's
reality of pushing back. Okay, these people gonna keep on leeching, keep on begging, keep on asking, and it's real simple.
Yeah.
If they want to be around you, they'll be around you. If you got to pay for somebody to be around you, you might want to check yourself and recognize if you have value in you, people should want to be around you. Show the better side of you than what you call yourself paying for. I really feel like you're cheating yourself. Because the person you helping ain't gonna really take a lot with that, because that's just a hustle.
Right.
And if they use it correctly, then it can be a hustle up. But most people just hustle it around.
Right.
They get in, they pass it around. That's what we normally do. Let's hustle right. Let's do this hustle game for real. Let's be knowledgeable, understanding, and respectful, and we can change the game. That's what we talking at Bar Talk with Jay. That's what we trying to
I
bring
like that,
to
Jay.
y'all.
I like that, Jay. And let's let that be our closing of this segment. As you can see, folks, we are on fire. We're talking about some real good stuff. We all know drama-filled people. Have we ever made a real serious understanding of how we need to handle them, what we need to do with them? As life will teach you the right way. And but hopefully this is helping you as well. So stay tuned. We're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay.
Try to make sure you roll the same.
There is nothing better in life when you know the people beside you are faithful and loyal to you.
Yeah, it makes life so much better.
Man,
So much better.
They got your back. They gonna always look out, and that's ultimately what the institution of marriage is all about.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. Or good engagement. You gotta,
Yeah.
get into that too now. Right?
Yeah,
About that other
heavy on
thing.
my mind lately.
Yeah,
right?
there you go. But I tell you what, we about to get to that person that I gotta find out how his day was. But
Yes.
I got somebody that just stepped into the building. She doing her little preparations before she can walk up there and amaze y'all. That's right, we got AP in the building. Yes.
What's happening?
If y'all didn't know, now you
How
know.
you doing?
Hello.
That's my girl right there. Lord have mercy.
Good.
Woo. Well, we're about to find out because we're about to get our boy, that man called Jeffrey, but we do not know how his day went. Jeffrey, how are you doing?
Brother Jay, how you doing today, sir?
I've been quite wonderful. Did you change your job?
You're killing me. Brother Kraft, how's it going, sir?
Hey man, it's going real well. Good to hear from you tonight, man.
Good deal. AP, what the deal is?
Hello, sir. How are you this week?
Oh man, tomorrow is my granddaughter's second birthday, so we are prepping the house. We are doing everything that we need to do to get this house in order. Not like we got to do a lot now, don't get it twisted.
Right.
But when you got people coming over, you want to make sure that everything's in its proper order, and that's what we're doing. So it's a great day in the neighborhood, but in spite of all of that, you know what time it is.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
It is time for you to close your mouth and listen. You ask me some questions, I give you some answers from a man's point of view.
Okay.
Now listen, I got one reason for the habitually single woman, and I got one reason for the habitually single man as to why you might be single. But before we get to that, here is my disclaimer.
All right.
Now see, what I'm going to talk about might not apply to you, and if it doesn't apply to you, I don't want you to put your foot up in this shoe. Woo! But if it does apply to you, I want you to put both feet in both shoes and walk around in them because you're going to learn something tonight. Now, ladies, you are first.
Uh-oh.
Ladies, some of y'all are single simply because you only see women issues. I need you to understand what I'm saying. You only see sexism and gender discrimination and misogyny and, you only see discrimination and unequal pay and things like that. But when it comes to the men, oh, y'all all right. That's no big deal. Y'all good. Y'all ain't got it like us because we are women. No. First of all, we know you women. You ain't got to proclaim that you women. We can look at you in most instances and tell that you are a woman.
Right.
The second thing is, if all you are and all you ever will be is defined by your issues, we don't want your ass anyway. I need you to understand something, ladies.
Okay.
You have to be bigger than just an issue. You have to be bigger than just a label somebody projects onto you. You have to be a whole you, willing to stand as an individual in spite of what somebody said. But all you are a bunch of issues. And at that, you're only issues that pertain to women. And when we see that, we don't mind trying to support and being an advocate and helping out. But when we see that all you about is issues, well, we gonna leave you and your issues.
By yours.
For a very long time.
Pay attention.
Yeah, man. It's so many things to address in that point he made. Basically saying that women only see women issues, and maybe I don't want to get too off the point. Let me just say this
You
quickly.
ain't trying to get in trouble.
No. A buddy of mine who's married and with family, he said,
Niggas talking cash money shit tonight. I'm in the mood. I'm ready tonight.
"Yeah, we talking about
Let's
drama
get it.
tonight. That's what we
Let's
ready
get
for
it.
some of that."
Let's get it.
Let's I'm not gonna.
Get it.
I'm not gonna
There's gonna be
attack
a
it.
lot of F-bombs dropped tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
You got young
Yeah.
folk in the audience. That's all right. I'm gonna leave it alone, brother Jeffrey. I'm gonna hand it back to you. We get it, man.
Okay. All right, now, fellas, don't think that I'm letting you off the hook, fellas. You are next. All right, fellas, now some of you are habitually single because you only see black male issues. I mean, issues with the police. Don't get it wrong, that's serious. Demonization, don't get it wrong, that's twisted. Misrepresentation, stereotyping, fear-mongering, all those things. And that's all you see. You just see issues that pertain to the black man. Now what ends up happening is you get so engorged in that fever, that food, that negative food, that you take it on and your belly's just swollen on it. That when it comes time to show compassion and love for the woman and support for the woman, you ain't got nothing left. Because you're blinded by everything you think that you need. So what ends up happening, that good woman that could be your helpmeet, that could actually be that extra energy to push you on, the woman that could be your Bernie to Malcolm, your Coretta to Martin, is looking at you like, man, you crazy. I mean, you have become a fanatic. As a matter of fact, you might just be a little too woke because you're so engorged in this issue. Instead of being man enough to let the issues stay over there to the side. Because you're building a new pathway going forward. And actually the issues have to try to catch up to you because you're moving so quickly building something new. But no, you want to sit over there and roll around in the issue. You want to wear the issue.
Yes.
You want to feel like the issue. Instead of letting that woman feel your manhood, your masculinity, and your leadership. As long as you keep on doing that, fellas, first of all, you always going to have issues. And second of all, you always going to be single.
He just left us out there with that one.
Yeah, he did.
You're always gonna be single.
Just drop us off.
Man, this is another rich one. Men only seeing black male issues, and what comes to my mind is things like the job that I'm in, that I don't get the job that I want because I'm a black man. Like, I don't really think that way anymore. And it may just very well be the case, but I don't consider my race as a part of the game because we already know we have to be twice as good in order to get any of those jobs. So if I ain't getting it, it's just because I ain't twice as good. And I'm not going to center myself in the black male issue, in the stereotype issue. I'm not going to dress like the typical black male. And so I'm not going to put myself in that light. When people look at me, they're not going to see black male. They're just going to see a man well dressed or whatever, you know. Even when one of my pet peeves or the things I'm most cautious about in being a black man is that I know I'm being stereotyped. And so when I drive in my car, I never wear a baseball hat. Even if I'm wearing a hat that night, I'll take the hat off and I'll sit it in the seat. I'll sit it in the passenger seat because I just avoid those particular black male issues that, you know, you see a guy in a ball cap, pull him over, right? We've seen that happen thousands and thousands of times. So it's a very, very good point, Brother Jeffrey, and it's I think you've introduced this. It's certainly a new issue that you've introduced, and I really like to hear what brought this to light in your comments. But I'll turn it back over to you. Any comment?
Well, I got some more.
Okay.
I got one out here real quick. Because sometimes no matter what you put on, it's just your skin color. I mean, no matter you from a hoodie to a hat,
cap on or not, they
see the skin color and that's what they want to go after.
Yeah.
So one of the things I say, keep your mind right, because when they go after, I don't have to fuel it with ignorance. Okay? So when they pull up to me and they ask me some things, I don't have to cuss them out, talk about all my rights and everything else. I can understand. I can play a role to make sure I make it from the side of that road.
Right.
And that's the one thing I want to make sure we start doing compared to what I'm seeing on Facebook and all the rest, when you starting to go off and talk about all your rights and everything else. You're fighting out there on the street where you really can lose your life. It ain't always worth it to me. So when I see some of these white ones do it and they get away with it, I don't got to duplicate what I don't care for. Okay? Challenging them on their turf does not make a whole lot of sense.
You in their system.
Yeah, you trying to play around with a system that was not fair. And it's not just us at all. No justice ain't just against us.
Man,
so quit playing with it.
You personified Jeffrey's point, and I think we brought that one home, man. Thank you so much. Brother Jeffrey, we'll go ahead and turn it back over to you.
Good to you, man.
That's powerful, Jay.
Oh, man, I had a conversation today with a young lady who was talking about Kamala Harris. And, you know, she said she can't support Kamala Harris because Kamala Harris's record as a DA didn't represent very well for the black community. And she has a point. And she said, I'm going to support Joe Biden. I said, do you know Joe Biden's record? Do you know Joe Biden supported the crime bill that helped create 3 strikes and you're out? Did you know that Joe Biden supported federal sentencing guidelines that gave harsher penalties to crack cocaine possession than it did to powder cocaine possession? This woman said, you know what, they did 2 different drugs. I said, that's like saying ice and water are different elements. They are not. It's the same form. It's the same drug in different forms. But guess who gets convicted most for crack? Guess who gets arrested most for 3 strikes? Listen, you can vote for whomever you want to. But if your issues are checkers-minded, and not chess-minded, you're looking at this the wrong way. So my final argument to her was this. Listen, I understand Kamala Harris ain't the perfect candidate, and I'm not decided that I'm voting for her just yet. I got to hear more from her. I'm just thinking about the impact of my granddaughter seeing a President Harris being a black woman in the White House. Now, my children have already seen a black man in the White House, so they have a broader expansion of what possibilities lie in front of them than I did growing up. At the same time, thinking long term, we got to remember that yes, in that short term, she might have done some things that didn't represent well. I will guarantee you this. The person in the White House right now ain't thinking about your black ass. Yeah, he ain't thinking about you. At least we can say she went to an HBCU.
All right.
At least she's in a black sorority. At least there's some vestiges of the neighborhood in her that you didn't see in President Trump. So all I'm saying is this. Sometimes we get so caught up in our own issues that we miss the fact that the black family in the long term is the goal that we have to protect, the goal that we have to achieve, that thing that we have to bring back together. Once we do that, then we start rebuilding our neighborhoods. Once we start rebuilding our neighborhoods, there's generational wealth being established. With generational wealth, it comes influence. And with influence comes power.
Yeah.
And once we get that power once again, boy, we're going to be an awesome community to deal with.
Yes, sir.
And that's all I got.
That's how you bring it together right there.
That's how you bring it together right there.
All right, so I gotta say it one more time. That's Cash App. Bar Talk with Jay. Put that same with Jeffrey just did. Go ahead and Cash App right there. Collection plate goes
There you
down.
go.
Like share, pass.
That was awesome. I wanted to ask the question earlier, Brother Jeffrey, as we close here. You brought out women only seeing women issues and men only seeing men issues. What's the bigger picture there? What are you getting at with those dialogues?
You know, the biggest thing is we've been divided and pitted against each other so much that we don't know how to cooperate with each other. We don't know how to recognize the bigger picture. The bigger picture isn't just, are we going to vote for this woman who didn't represent for the community? The bigger picture is, what's the long-term impact for voting for her versus what's the long-term impact for not voting for her?
Right.
And there is no measure at all between Trump and Harris.
Right.
No measure at all.
Right.
If you like Joe Biden, fine. You better study his record. You better know that Joe Biden is the reason we got a Clarence Thomas on the Supreme Court right now. You better know these things.
Right.
So all I'm saying is, sometimes we get so caught up in our issues that they become our own little corner. And we want to stay in our comfort corner. We want to stay in our comfortable corner and stick to our own issues instead of risk the unknown. And the unknown is, what happens if I actually talk to this woman?
Right.
And actually partner with this woman and respect this woman? And what happens if I actually, accept responsibility for loving this man and being a partner with this man? What do I have to give up? And part of the reason why we got that divide is nobody wants to give up anything in that comfortable corner.
Nobody wants to give up anything. Outstanding. Listen, I got a less than 1 minute question for you. Tonight we are talking about drama. What's on the forefront of your mind, and as you would help people understand the measure of drama and its impact on our lives?
And sometimes drama is just the outward manifestation of somebody's insecurity. If I can bring some drama into this, I don't really have to show this person how weak I am on the inside, because that drama becomes a shield. That drama becomes the shield that blocks your blessings. That's a good way of looking at it. Because as long as I can show this drama, nobody gets to know me. Drama, being dramatic, all that stuff is just acting. It's dramatic flair. All this stuff is just a front to keep you from getting close to me, because if I'm filled with drama, that doesn't allow me to be filled with love, which doesn't allow me, potentially, to be hurt again. So I'll put this shield of drama up to keep you away from me, because the minute I put this shield down, I got to start being responsible with my feelings, and I might actually start catching some real feelings, and I might actually be exposed to the risk of being hurt. No, I ain't got time for that, player. And you take some of this drama right here and go and get out my face. How about that?
How about that? And with that, man, we're going to close out this segment. Thank you so much, Brother Jeffrey, for all that you do, man. And we're gonna continue to hear from you. We can see big things in your future, bro. And we're asking the Lord to bless you in every way to make those words come to life. So thank you again, brother. I guess we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, y'all take it easy.
All right. Man, he puts it down so hard, doesn't he?
Woo! You must didn't change jobs yet. 'Cause he seems a little mad on the lab. And I'm telling him, Barber, I don't know what's going on with their careers. Coming up there, all evil. Like, come on now, we have fun up in here, Lord.
Man, he's got so much good stuff to say, though. My goodness.
What I like about him.
Yeah, that's what we love about him. So, folks, it is time for us to go to break. Y'all stay tuned. We're going to be right back with the second half of the show, and we go hard in the paint the second half, because we really get down to some deeper than just the surface issues of drama in this show. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right.
We back. Bar Talk with Jay. We back in the building. Yeah, we got AP versus what? Kraft Mac. Because I got a stir.
That is hard.
This was
Before we
always
start,
starting some stuff.
that's right. That's what y'all. That's my job. Hey, come on. You gotta have somebody over there that's dysfunctional. That be me.
Wow.
Wave the hand, everybody. Check it out. We got somebody on the line that went on the line earlier, and that person that looked like him that's going to be him tonight. They tossed to the cornballs to tell everybody a way that you might not understand, but he wants you to have a better understanding. That be Jamal in the building. Jamal, talk to us.
Man, what's happening, man? What's happening, bro?
Man, you've been missing for weeks, bro.
What's happening?
Kraft Matic said he can't see you with no regular job, bro.
I never saw him working a regular job, man.
The civilian life is different. I can tell you that. Like, I'm not used to civilian life.
Wow.
But,
Yeah.
civilian life is different. AP,
What's up?
what's happening? I wanted to give you a proper greeting, but I heard that anybody can get it. You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah, they was
It
talking.
was like, yo, you know, Mom's gonna wanna holler at you, and you had the mean face, like, but he was on the mean foul. Like, wait a
No,
minute,
the way Jay made it sound, he was like, Jamal, I want to talk to you. I was like, what? Like, why we got beef? Like, why you want to talk to me for? Like,
She said, come get it.
I was like, yo.
Hold up. I ain't been on the radio since, matter of fact, Bone.
Yeah, it's
you
been a
remember
minute.
that weekend that AP and Kraft both mysteriously
Oh,
got
yeah,
sick?
got sick.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Why are y'all
Yeah.
talking on this?
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
The same
Is that
serious
drama?
night. Y'all want to
Yeah.
catch me up on what really happened? How was that night?
You know what? The dude that I had to take a restraining order out used to make crazy tie-ins
accusations.
like that, all the crazy accusations like that too. Red flag.
She told you gonna get it,
I
bro.
ain't had a restraining order put against me in a minute, so I can't.
He said a minute.
A minute, yeah.
Right.
That means you got
That's
stalked like that.
right.
That's not good, Jamal. That's not good.
I heard you got that good to have a man stuck on the hood of a car.
I mean,
Yeah, you kind of got you on that one. That was good. That was a bad comeback. That was a good
Young love. That's just
comeback.
young, ignorant love. That's all that is.
Right. No, that's how me.
Yeah.
You call that young in love, and I call that danger and bitches.
That's somebody who got caught up.
It happened.
That boy was flying high in
It
the friend's
happened.
sky.
It happened.
It happened, huh?
It happens, you know.
Wow.
Crazy
Wow.
how
But AP said he sure had a good grip.
he did. Yeah, he did. I had to get his picture.
AP said, shoot, you gotta keep him around. Yeah, why? He got a good grip. You got a good grip. You understand how you hold on to life. That's a good grip.
So what you got for us, Jabal? You coming in with some majors tonight? What you want to talk about, man?
Man, it's been a fun couple weeks for me, man. Like, yo, so I'm not condoning my lifestyle to anybody. My lifestyle's pretty great. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Dudes, show your attention to your female. Do not leave doors open. Cause not me, but somebody like me is waiting. My special friend came into town.
Okay.
Boom. We're not gonna say no names because you know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
But you and boom. So I'm at work, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it was, yo, what you doing today? How you doing? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, I'm going on my lunch break right quick. Bro, when I come back to my office building and before I hit the corner, Shorty pop out and surprise me. Like, showed up to Philly in front of my job, surprised your boy.
Right.
Hugged your boy and slid your boy the hotel room key for across the street.
Right.
Said, come see me after work. I said, you know I rock with you, right?
Right.
Not really the word I wanted to use.
Right.
But all I could say to her was, you know I rock with you. Like, that's some real player points what you just did.
Yeah.
And the whole time, all I could think was, this nigga stupid. He don't know what he got. If he don't know the value asset that I'm finna wear that asset out of, he missed.
Oh, so she belonged to someone else.
Yes, correct.
OPP. He down with OPP. He believe in OPP.
Yes.
She belonged to it herself. Who was with me was mine. So when she with me, she ain't yours. I can tell you that.
If not, he wore out Joe.
I mean, you know,
Not the way he wears it.
Yeah.
He's like, no, she don't belong to nobody right now.
it's a very true statement. If she with me, she don't belong to nobody else.
Hey P, do you know what a dude gotta put on you to make you go out of state to surprise him for lunch?
Right.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
True.
you
So I
know
can't
what?
fathom that.
AP says he
That is
ain't
ridiculous. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Whether it's real or fairy tale,
Right.
that's what she believed in.
There you go. You
it
sold her the dream.
take a
Congratulations.
lot. It take a lot of belief in
You
order
are a
to
hell of
do
a salesman.
that kind of stuff, right? Because the first thing I'm
Yeah.
thinking about
I
is
told you, some educational videos that show me my breathing techniques,
Uh-huh.
they come in handy.
Yeah.
Learn all types of new breathing techniques.
Mm.
One leg up helps the fluctuation of the flow of air to the lungs. You put
You are
two legs in
retarded.
the air on the shoulder.
Okay.
It helps to separate the diaphragm.
It's
Bro, I'm just
weird.
trying to tell you.
What?
This thing works, goddamn.
Man, I'm loving it.
That's common sense.
I'm loving
Yeah,
it.
it is.
Yeah, it's just common sense shit.
Yeah, man.
Kama
That's,
Sutra.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Thank God for them Indians.
Yeah.
Ooh, thank you, A-Rab and Alibaba. Y'all.
Alibaba.
Yes, you got some great points there to make, Grasshopper.
Boy.
I love the way you
Now I
think,
know why
Grasshopper.
Aladdin was called the Prince of Thieves. That boy was stealing all types of movies with that one. I'm gonna be Jafar in a minute.
Yeah.
Cornballs.
Yes.
Cornballs. Besides, you need to step up and show your girl affection. You gotta have game. Whether you have $1,000 or $150, Valentine's Day weekend is coming up.
Right.
If you do not outdo her side piece gifts, you will then become the side piece. Listen to what I'm telling you.
Okay.
Get that girl some flowers and candy.
Okay.
But I would advise you to do it on Saturday. Do it again on Sunday.
Right.
Do something different again on Monday.
Right.
Every day up till Valentine's Day, just do something sweet. So that when Valentine's Day comes, you'd have been teasing and playing with the tip just enough that now she's just about ready to squirt all her love all over the place. What I'm
Right.
telling you is, if you play your cards right, all weekend is nothing but foreplay. It is the 7th, going on the 8th.
Right.
This is foreplay over the next 6 days
Right.
for you to get ready to get the best oomph of 2019. If you don't celebrate 2019 for Black History Month with your fists in the air, tipping it from the back like you, Huey Newton, for the cause, listen, fellas, you need to do right by.
Why is he retarded?
Yeah.
They all retarded.
Man, that's
hey.
some good stuff right there.
Here's some good, but I gotta go against them.
What's that?
I gotta go against them.
What?
About what?
It's just 'cause I like everything you said, but up to Valentine's Day, you want to base everything on a day. I'm supposed to be doing things year round. If they looking for me to do
Bruh,
something
that's-
just on that day,
That's why I said it.
that's what I'm saying. I like to lead up to that day. If she's looking for me to do all that when I've been doing, only thing I can say is we're gonna give the real Saint Valentine, Saint Valentine person was beheaded.
Right?
Get your history of knowing where Saint Valentine's came from, because while you throwing Cupid's arrow, they was chopping a person's head off, and that's how it really started.
That's how
Right.
right.
So
Right.
let's talk real talk, because
Right.
y'all talk fake, because y'all talk about Cupid's arrow. That's all make believe. Ain't nobody floating around with arrows, shooting in your behind, making your behind see hearts. Okay,
Right.
it's already in you, or it ain't gonna ever be in.
Now, see, I got a perspective on both of your opinions. See, I really like what Jamal said, because if you're not on top of your game, it's a perfect way to open the door to Valentine's. If you have not been on top of your game,
Right.
maybe you recognize you've been slipping, you ain't been doing this, ain't been doing that, haven't worked too much, whatever. This is a perfect way for you to elevate your game.
It can
But
be.
what Jay is saying is that, listen, I'm loving up on you all the time.
Right.
And so Valentine's Day won't really mean
It shouldn't be.
anything. It shouldn't mean a whole
Shouldn't
lot.
be.
It's a great day. It's a great day of celebration, but it ain't like a Christmas. I'm giving you Christmas every other day. You know what I'm saying?
Every time
But
it
I'm
came.
loving up on you in all
Alright.
kinds of ways. So a mature love.
Then let's hit them cornballs like this. We're going to tell the cornballs how to set the date up. If the cornballs don't follow this, AP, they just don't want to get nothing on Valentine's.
Okay.
It happens.
And this is what, let's just say I was out with a beautiful young lady wearing a red top that had the tatas that just made a man smile when he wake up in the morning. Not talking about anybody in the studio in
No,
particular.
you ain't talking about AP.
However,
Can't be.
however, if I was to
Try.
take AP out on Valentine's Day,
Mm-hmm.
what I would do is start off with the card, but I'm going to send her something at work.
Mm-hmm.
Not because anything else other than I want to make her feel special. And when she gets the shit on the females at her job and go, my man did this, she gonna have just a little bit of an extra smile.
Right.
Then I probably take her out to Centennial Park for nothing else because I want to walk and talk with her.
Okay.
That's it. And I just want to let her know that I'm gonna listen to her no matter whether it's a holiday or just any other day.
Okay.
So we gonna walk and talk. Then we gotta do dinner somewhere else. Fellas, wherever you took her before, don't take her there this year.
Okay.
You gotta do something different. Change up the routine.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
do Cheesecake Factory. Don't
Right.
do Maggiano's.
Right.
This time, take her to a new restaurant that you done Googled and said, let's try it out.
Right.
Then you pop out the Victoria's Secret special. It's 2 for $50 on the bra and panty set. Don't ask me how I know.
Right.
I'm just talking about the recent one
Right.
that just came out. They got a nice little lingerie. And when you do 2 bras, you get the red robe with the love on the back free. So I'm just saying, hypothetically,
What?
you know what I'm saying? That's what you would have already set in the trunk, in the bag, with some chocolate and some pink handcuffs. That's what you're going to put in the bag, in the trunk, that's just going to ride with you all night long. Because at any point, you might just tie her hands to the steering wheel and say, baby, where you going? You know what I mean? Ooh, you did something.
Why is
Catch you on the side of the highway.
Go ahead.
For no reason.
Go ahead. What?
Hypothetically, after dinner, I still want to just ride with you
Right.
and do that old school stuff like listen to Quiet Storm and just drive down 20 for a minute,
Right.
not going nowhere, just so I can listen to the music and enjoy your company.
Right.
Now, after I done did all that smooth stuff, when we get to the house,
Yeah. Go ahead.
if we can make it to the door,
Yeah.
you just better know I'm going face first so you can enjoy your night first.
Splash.
And we finna have all type of porn star like the rest of the
Yes.
Karma Sutra in fact.
Yes.
That is how I would. AP, do you agree on that type of night on a Valentine's Day, hypothetically?
Sure, yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Why
Just
not?
checking.
Yeah.
Sounds good
yeah.
to me.
I would agree with it for damn sure. That's a
I mean,
That's
I
a
would
hype.
hype a few things up again.
that's a hype night, man. And listen, it ain't got to be to that to that degree, but it, follow some steps. That's what he's saying. Plan it out, make the thing special, make it lovely, make it do something.
Yeah, whatever
unique.
whatever your situation is as far as expressing your love, please plan it out. Like don't like not make reservations and then be all upset when like no one has a table for you. Like it's Valentine's Day weekend.
Yeah,
Like, what's wrong with
right.
you? Like that shows like lack of forethought. It shows that you just threw some shit together at the last minute and it wasn't thoughtful. So
Exactly.
yeah, like it needs to be well thought out. It needs to, and
Yeah, and if
Just a
not
little laid
well,
down,
a
yeah.
little thought goes a long way.
Yeah.
Right? A little thought goes a long way.
If you're being
man.
cheap, take the name out the card.
wow.
Hey, Jamal, you are on one tonight.
Wow. Like
the
y'all
ener-
really like
I love the energy you bring in
really
tonight,
chicks out here that
bro.
put up with shit
What?
like that.
It's
Are you
so unnecessary.
serious? Oh
So
my god.
Bro,
It's
I
ideas
just
for
think,
love.
I mean, what do they do as a profession?
I just remember, like, you remember the Tyrese, like that KC and JoJo, that crazy type love?
Yeah.
I mean, I always make fun about that type of stuff and be like, yo, you're going to have sex by the end of the night just because I would hope you had sex by the end of the night.
Right.
However,
Right?
I genuinely said, have a conversation and ride with her. Make her feel special throughout the day.
Yeah.
I'm making her, fellas, make your girl feel special because you want to make her feel special.
Yeah.
I'm fun enough to make her feel special and have sex.
Yeah.
You just make her feel special.
Right.
I'm a different breed. Don't do what I do. I can joke about it.
No,
I
we
play like that.
We want what you want. We
You just
want
make
the
that
same
woman
thing.
feel special.
Yeah, we're not leaving the
If
happy
you don't
endings
make
out
that
either.
woman feel special. Bone is laughing, but Bone will take your girl on Tuesday for no reason. Listen,
Wow.
To the
to make
spot.
your woman feel special.
Yeah, I love
I'm
it.
not the only savage out here.
That is the most man. That's the most powerful information that we could hear as we go into this love holiday season, and we appreciate you bringing it, man. Listen, we got to get ready to go to break. You're welcome to stick around if you like, but you folks,
Yeah, I stick around, man. I stick around. This is fun.
please do, man. You folks stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay.
We go in hard in the paint, man, because a lot of time we was talking about the dates, and again, AP on the break was like, yo, that one right there sounded kind of a cheap one, right? Yeah, you want more. And Crab was like, man, the movies is a good one. You can sit and focus straight, but I can do this and that. We like, yo, we might not be vibing like this. You put your hand on my leg, you push, I pull. You get off. Because again, your hands rough on my pants. I already know they're gonna be on my leg. I ain't trying to. Nah. So again,
I
it's
thought
that.
getting ready to be exfoliated.
You gotta understand. You gotta have that vibe, and you don't always get it. And my whole thing is that
My
dark
whole
place. You
side
like,
is
hell
as
no.
hell.
So we just waking you up to realizing your dramas that you might put yourself in. And again, this started with Valentine's Day. We got another show coming up before that, but again, they're giving you thoughts on Valentine's Day. One of the things I want to say, and I really want to iterate this to all men: do for your woman all year round. It's
Yeah.
never about a day. If she feels that one day is special, then I will want you to look into her and let her recognize you for what you do all the time. Because a lot of time that's a show off day.
Right.
That's that Cupid era bull crap that I at least like to say that not to say I don't care for it. I just understand where it comes from.
Right.
Yeah.
And my whole thing is I care for women.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not just a male chauvinist saying that day right there. No, the whole thing is I like women all the time. So why I need one day to show my love?
That's
one
true.
day I box some roses. One day I go, because you're a one-dimensional, one-way dude.
Yeah.
And that's probably why you by yourself, because ain't nobody going to want to be with that. And one good thing you did, and that's all you can do, I'm pretty sure you will not be an A player.
You are a
doing
one-trick
thing.
wonder.
And let me just chime in right there because it's a really good point. The key is to show love all the time, right? And showing love all the time doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be dramatic.
It does not.
I'm infamous for I'm gonna bring your favorite beverage home when I stop by the convenience store.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna grab you that 3-pack of chocolates that you like. I'm gonna make sure that I order a big dinner. I order a big dinner so we can have a late night feast.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that I send you a special text in the day. I might find something on Pinterest or something that about love and about communication or whatever, and I just send it to you. That doesn't have to be bold, out of the box stuff. It's just got to be real love. And if you're living with somebody, or go with somebody, you're married to somebody, you ain't got nothing but each other.
Right.
So what are you doing with your love? If you're not giving it to somebody else, then you better be investing it into your spouse, your significant other, because they deserve that, and it just overcomes so many problems. The next time that problem that would normally explode come up, that it's going to be some kind of loving empathy or some kind of
understanding. What? You've been
understanding.
stepping up. I ain't even gonna say that.
There you go. And that's how you build relationships. You don't build relationships by one shot, one pass. It just doesn't work that way. If you're a loving person, that means you're loving all the time.
Right.
And if you're only loving when it's occasion, then it just says that you're not loving all the time. And the love that I may be expecting or needing, I might have to seek elsewhere. That could be a problem.
Oh no, that is a problem.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. Ain't no wood.
Yeah. That
Ain't just bust about it.
yeah.
Try to get busted.
Jamal, we are talking tonight about drama. And you sounds like you've been chimed into the first half of the show, man. What would you say about drama or dramatic people or facing it, protecting
I think
yourself
some
from
people are attracted. Some people are attracted to drama.
Yes.
Like they're just, if the life is too boring or too basic, too vanilla, they don't like it. Good girls like bad guys. You know what I'm saying? Dudes like crazy females.
Right.
Some dudes do. I mean, not all, but there's a certain level of drama that people are attracted to. You watch it on TV, you put it in your mindset on a daily basis. If reality TV is what you into, and then you breathe that. If that's what you put in your spirit, well, then that's what you give off. I mean, what you reap, what you sow is what you reap.
Yeah.
So if you don't put nothing positive in yourself, then you sow what you reap what you sow.
Yeah. Man, I think this. I love the way you brought that. Good girls like bad guys. That is kind of reaching for drama. That is kind of expecting drama or wanting drama. Is that not?
Yeah, they want action. They want something that's not boring. They don't
out of the
want
ordinary for them.
Yeah, they don't want this to say.
It breaks up the monotony.
So you really look at like Facebook. I could put a fight thing on there. You see some kids out there fighting or adults out there fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the views.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as much as I might look at it and I'll be like, really? Because I hate to see us out there like this. When I'm looking at it, I'm like, really?
People like that.
But when I look at the views, it's in the millions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And it's like, okay. But then I look at motivational speeches in the 10,000s.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you be like, okay, that motivational speech was hitting. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Eric be doing a great job on a lot of his. We listen to his a lot of time in the morning time. And I'm like, listen to him. And I'm like, yo, he's taking things to a whole nother level. I like this.
Yeah.
And I look at his views, and his views is growing up. But then I look at a fight at a school or wherever, and it's in the millions.
Yeah.
And because that dramaful fight scene, because we still have that, it's a gravitational pull towards it. And everybody want to say, nah, I'm not barbaric. Okay, you might not be, but some of our sports are. You know, from football. It's starting to get fairy now. You pretty much can't hit a person without getting the flag. But it used to be Ray Lewis knocking you out.
Yeah.
The reason we watch football, Ray Lewis showed you how to knock somebody out.
Yes, he does.
Boxing, Mike Tyson.
Are you saying Ray Lewis? We had this discussion at work. LT is the most dangerous.
No, I said LT too. I just used one person, man. We can go through a whole lot.
Oh, okay.
A lot of them did their thing. I love that. Now they're taking a lot of that out. And then boxing's still gonna be the boxing, but now they got the UFC. So again, all these are real aggressive sports.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we have that attraction.
We
So
have
then you
attraction
wonder
to aggressiveness.
why bad boys and it's just an attraction.
Right.
But a lot of time people don't stick with attraction because it don't keep you. I just got attracted to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So again, a lot of time people portray like they're a bad boy, but they're a good dude.
Right.
But they still got some ways that I'm gonna use that way to enhance what you really need.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can get one over still. So again, it's up to you. But my whole thing is perception is a mug. But when you say, oh, bad boys, that's just stupid, don't do it, you're still gravitating, people still do it. So what are you saying?
Yeah.
If you don't want to do it, and that ain't your lifestyle of streets and the things that everybody else do, then do something a lot better.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, reality is, being a good dude is not going to be that cupcake that you think it's going to be. But if you can twist and have a finesse about yourself, you can change the game because they have already a quick instinct. That's why I like to make sure we get a little drama in what we talk about.
Right.
You can't just give people just good, holy, good stuff. Be like, really?
They won't listen, huh?
Oh no, you better
see,
if
you
y'all
know,
y'all two
It's not
sitting
real life.
right. They be like, yo,
Yeah,
real
you know
life is
what,
ugly.
honestly,
Give them a little bit up and give them something to feed off of. What you saying, Jamal?
I think something that scares people about God is they can't imagine a place that's so perfect that I have to spend my life doing everything perfect and crazy. When you don't talk about the reality of life, I think people, they don't feel that sincere. You got to be able to talk about the ugly things about life to make somebody understand. I think that's the best way to form a line of communication is if I can see your dirt, you can transparent with me. if you keep feeding me this goody two shoes version or something, it's kind of like, bro, you full of it.
That's very interesting, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give you one. Normally when I meet somebody, I try to meet people for who they are, not for what I want to project or what I want to tell somebody to be.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the biggest things about a lot of times people ask you about how was the last relationship you had. Besides, you want to be nosy as hell. Why you want to know about what was done? I had to learn from that.
Mm-hmm.
It should be about what I'm willing to do with you. I need to know which your goals is. What you want to pour back into me. Are we gonna feed each other? Or do you just want to know all who I've been with? Now, I'm not saying your whole past is not to be discarded.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just that nasty of a person. Some things need to be looked at.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? Do your own homework, but understand a person's past don't have to be their present.
Well, no, but I know that question can come up, and a lot of times I know chicks who will and dudes who ask that question just to see how
Where you at?
just to see how the person's gonna respond about their exes.
Right.
So, like, if they're still very bitter and very
They ain't
like
over.
emotional about it, then they're
Ain't
not
over.
over. But if they're like, well, we just
Wrong
grew
way.
apart and we just went our own way. Like,
Yeah.
he's not a bad person, I'm not a bad person. We just didn't fit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, this person has
Gotta
some
move
sense
on.
of relationship maturity. I can get, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
listen.
you want to gauge that because you can tell a lot by a
Yes.
person's response about how they talk about their ex. If you break down and start crying, well, nigga, you ain't
Oh,
over
you
that
ain't past
shit.
that.
Like, you
Yeah,
ain't
listen, that's a great point. That
Yeah.
Don't worry about
you can-
Valentine's Day,
yeah,
bro.
it's not about, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Don't presume that because a chick asks you, well, how did your past
I did.
relationships go, that she's being nosy. She really just probably trying to figure out, so,
Wait,
is
you
he
still go
ready?
back?
Is he ready to move forward?
I say out of 10 of them, 1 or 2.
I can
is
check
asking
the
a-
right box or the wrong box.
Yeah, listen,
Right.
out of 10 of them, 1 or 2 of them are asking a genuine question, right? The other ones is looking for some bullshit, you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
drama loves
Looking
drama.
I mean,
drama.
it is what it
Yeah,
is.
but the point there was that you can test for drama. Right? You
yeah,
can
there
test-
are red flags.
Yeah,
Trust
you can test
me.
for how dramatic a person is. And I think we all need to be, understanding.
No, we all need to hear that.
No, you need to listen to them red flags, my friend.
That's why I
what you
said we need to
do.
get back to the red
How
flag.
you do anything is how you do everything.
I really like the
Some
statistic
process.
that you
I
said a
need
while
to see
ago.
some of your processes.
Right.
You said there's millions of views on this fight on Facebook or Instagram, YouTube, and there's only like 10,000 on a motivational speech or a sermon or something. That says the world loves drama. The world likes to see that kind of stuff. And I mean, what does that do for you to know that the people around you are always looking for that?
So when I see it, to me, and again, we try to take this show to a whole other level. You can't stop what somebody else like. They like what they like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Now, my whole thing is you can still reach anybody from what your platform, your formula, what you want to reach. If I see this is a facet of what might entertain you and grab you, I can grab a piece of that and I can still add a piece of me. You got to understand how to make this work, but you can't just ignore it. If you do yours, not gravitating to where everybody's kind of at, it's going to be that thing that look good, that ain't advertised, ain't sold, and it's going to be yours. And that's why your dreams will never come true.
So I gotta have drama.
Well, I ain't saying you gotta have. You gotta have interest points. Now remember, I don't have to keep you there. Just remember, what's drama for is the fact that I want to be alive. I can grab truth and I can give you a bigger picture, and then I can give you reality along with it. And that's exactly what happens, because you can have one perception, I can have another. That don't mean I'm always lying. It's just that I don't have to see things the way you do. But if I can gravitate and make it something that's inspiring to make you see that you ain't the only one that got the right answer.
Right.
Now you can see change. Change happens with you. It ain't about me. Only thing I can do is make you relate to what really means something to you. And then you will want to make some change. You can't expect it off of somebody else. But if I can twist a thought pattern or a pattern that you give out, a persona, that bull, and I give it back to you, you don't like it, just understand I got it from you.
Right.
I heard you and I
Right.
just gave it back to you.
Right.
You didn't like what you heard,
And
but
let
that's
me
what
tell
you're
you,
doing.
people
And
don't
that's when
like
they be
that.
like, oh.
People don't
okay.
like that.
They don't.
They'll make a smart comment, and then you make a smart comment back to them, and they feel like
You being a smart ass.
being disrespectful.
No, I ain't being
Right.
disrespectful. Nothing.
Well, they
I'm
can't-
giving it back to you.
Yeah, they came
like
at you
I'm
hard.
giving you what you gave.
And they don't like
I'm
it.
just being very reciprocal.
There
Right?
So
you
think
go.
about it. Now that you reciprocated something that you
Yeah.
didn't like, you got to realize where it came from.
Yeah.
I gave it back
And
to you.
that is a technique. When
Oh,
a
yes.
customer comes in and a customer is kind of upset or have an attitude, then I meet them exactly where they are, and then I begin to move downward and take them where I want them to go. But you can't overcome any of that kind of drama unless you meet people where they are, right?
You do.
Because they get a false sense of entitlement or a false sense of that they can talk down to you or whatever, and then it's all over with. But with that kind of drama, you got to meet people where they are.
You do.
That's how
And
you-
when they come aggressively, I kind of meet them with someone aggressive because they don't have to go there.
Right.
That's my whole thing.
It
Don't-
definitely doesn't. Like
don't go there.
the quickest way I diffused the situation recently was, we was out and about doing what, and somebody, it was a misunderstanding, and so old boy was like, I go 0 to 100 real quick, and I just looked at him calmly, and I was like, I guarantee you, your 100 is my 3. So you might want to take some of that bass out your voice. It's just real. It's just I didn't get loud. I didn't get indignant. It was just like.
But you better.
Right.
Aggression, don't got
Right,
to
but
be
it's
more.
just, it ain't got to be, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we can sit down and talk about this about some adults.
Or you can get handled.
You know what I'm saying? Or me and you in this 45, I got my person to go talk about this outside. Either way.
They ain't got to be outside.
Right.
If you touch me.
Right. And listen, I think that's a lesson in nipping drama in the bud.
You gotta nip it.
You gotta nip it in the bud when it comes
It's
at
like,
you.
cause shit is subjective. Your 100, I guarantee you, is probably my 3.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
just
And listen, and
You
just
going up.
tap out.
on a whole nother scale.
Why you ahead?
On a whole nother scale, you're at work and somebody walks up to you and start talking about the boss. Or start talking about the new policy that's in play. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah, that
And how,
happens.
All the time.
yes, they're always trying to do this to us and do that to us. And they're talking negative and, it's drama.
We are not at Wakanda.
It
Okay?
is drama.
We are somebody
And-
else's
Wakanda for
plantation.
life.
We are somebody else's
I'm
plantation.
encouraging you folks to nip it in the bud.
Yeah, you did.
Right? And the way I nip it in the bud is, hey man, I know it might look bleak, but I'm already victorious. That's I'm like, man, I'm not worried about them people. They ain't gonna hurt me.
As long as my
Whatever they
check hit my
doing,
account.
they gonna be doing, but I'm still getting mine, and the Lord gonna make sure it's so. And I diffuse it just like that. In most cases, they'll walk away.
Yeah, because misery loves company,
There it is.
and that's what it is.
Yeah.
Misery loves company.
Yeah.
And when people who bring negativity towards you, because like I'll have friends call me and they'll want to, they'll have a problem, and I'll stop them. I'll say, okay, are you venting or are you wanting me to help you solve this problem?
Right.
If you just venting, because that takes a less bandwidth of my mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like if you just, I can multitask right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just need somebody to talk to.
That's good stuff.
You know what I'm saying? And if that's what you just need right now, but if you need a sounding board, like, well, Andre, am I tripping? I'm gonna be listening now because now I gotta listen for if you tripping or not.
And give you feedback, right.
And give you feedback on that. So,
Yeah.
but misery does love company. A lot of times, if you tell a person like, yeah, no, you wrong in this, like you're the party at fault and you need to be held accountable, then they'll either shut down and they'll be like, well, you don't understand. No, I heard everything you said perfectly.
That's what they usually say. You
Right.
don't understand.
No, I definitely understand. Or, you know what I'm saying, they shut down, or they'll actually take account and be like, well, you might be right, so, but 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be like, nah, you don't understand what I'm talking about. And it's sad, but it's true.
It is true. It is so true.
Actually, they don't
Listen,
know.
I think that is revelation material when it comes to dealing with drama. And it is now time for us to take our final break. Hopefully you folks are enjoying the program, and we want you to stay tuned. We're going to be right back.
That's where we back. Bar Talk with Jay back in the building, big baby. Man,
Turn me
y'all
up,
rocked
Rocky.
it. Y'all know that segment right there. Man.
That segment right there.
Rocking.
Yeah, that segment right there.
Yeah, y'all threw some
Fire.
nuggets. If y'all got some dating issues, I'm trying to tell you, some signs out there. We're going to have to do a sidebar, special show with AP for she throw the flags out there. Pre-warn everybody. Me and Craft and
We
Snitch.
need to take I told you what we need to do before. We need to take letters from people, like people
Right,
who
what-
need help.
The help.
Read them on the
Like the
show.
strawberry letter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really probably is, you know,
I want to hear
Wait.
from the people.
I do too.
We're gonna call ours the plug.
We really need, yeah. We probably
I
should
want to
try
hear
and
what
put
people
something
out
in
there
place.
struggling with. That's
Even
what I
if it's
want.
only 1 or 2 people at a time, we can read a letter or a story or something here.
It's
You know?
just write it in. It's just the bar talk.
I
That's
love
what
it.
it is. I mean,
We probably gonna have to reach
Well-
out to our personal network at first. You know,
we
Just
gotta
ideas.
get people to realize there's issues going on. If we ain't talking about them, what we doing about?
Right.
It can't just be ours.
Right.
Again, we made an adjustment to our own lives to make it better.
Yeah.
So again, we can pass that on, but I don't know where you at. It's just like we got to use vague topics to grab you where you at, because we don't know where you at.
Yeah, I tell
But I
people-
wanna reach.
But we want to know. Yeah,
I tell
absolutely.
people all the time, I don't know your life. I don't.
Right, and I don't want to assume just because the way you look don't mean that's the way you are.
Right.
So don't make me have to judge your character when I really don't know it, because it kills me, man. That a lot of people approach me and they talk to me and they be thinking they my friend. I mean, they speak highly of me, but they speak of my character, but they don't know my name.
They don't know
Gotcha.
you. Right.
So I don't want to talk down on them because of the fact that they speak of me so highly and
Yeah.
feel that we have a connection. That connection is there because I'm that open kind of guy that believes in kind of like understanding the person.
Mhm.
Right.
But again, don't put yourself in the category that I did not put you in.
Mm-hmm.
Again, associate and a friend is again. I kind of select mine a little different than you might because I walked a different path. But my whole thing is not to disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Right.
Because again, my way of categorizing, I don't disrespect any category.
Yeah.
That
Right.
shouldn't be necessary.
And people
That's a choice.
know you, Jay, they know that you're not a dramatic person. Right?
No, I'm
You're
not.
not a drama.
I
You're
mean, a
not a
lot of
drama
people
filled
try
person.
to make it seem like it, because I'm not in monogamous dating right now, and I'm not in engagement or anything like that. I just date. So I do get drama thrown at me, bro.
Yeah.
I
What do
promise.
you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, they throw it at me all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Like,
why
what's the
you
world?
need? Why you just can't commit? Just be with one person. Why you gotta be all out there doing all
That's
this?
not
Oh,
drama.
well, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
I ain't my drama. My
Well,
drama
it is to us.
I
They're
know
bringing
where I'm
us
at.
drama. If we care about
Right,
them at
when
all,
you
you know what I
keep
mean?
throwing something at me constantly, it can be.
It's a nuisance.
really, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's a nuisance.
There ain't no drama. You trying to make something that I didn't care for,
Right.
and I stated on the upfront. So it's not trickery and foolery.
Right, right, right,
So that's
right,
what
right.
people need to understand. Because see, you are used to something else, and you're trying to make me fit in this square peg. I don't fit like that.
Right.
So quit pushing me where I don't fit.
Right.
But that's what
Gotcha.
happens a lot because
what
you've
happens a
been
lot.
through so much, and I want you to be here, and I'm not there.
Mm.
But you try to force me in because you just gonna form and you gonna fit. I don't fit well in all places.
Right.
And one thing about a good man and an understanding man
Yeah.
is where I know my values and I know where I fit. Don't put me where I don't belong.
Right.
And that's where people will put you
They
if
will.
you let them push
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely. They'll put you where
Push
they
and
want.
pulling, baby. Push
Yeah.
and
That
pulling.
is interesting.
They'll put you in the position they want you to be in.
Yeah, because it's
Right.
comfortable for them.
Yeah.
And then that's where misery come from.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They push you, you can see, and then all of a sudden you mad and have regrets, and that's all you ever think about. So now you live in a miserable life instead
Right.
of a happy life
Right.
because you never spoke up.
Yeah.
That's your own misery.
And think
That's
about
true.
like I'm thinking about a celebrity, for example,
Mm-hmm.
who made a major choice in his life. LeBron made a major choice to move from the East Coast to West Coast, and he got a lot of people in his ear like, man, what you should have did, you should have did this, you should have all in his ear.
Mhm.
Right? He was like, man, that ain't my struggle, that ain't my place. I'm not
Right.
interested. That's not the battle I want to fight.
Right.
But yet people are coming at you with all kinds of nonsense, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and whether you're in a single world, could be in a career, but people will always be trying to tell you your business.
Yeah, that's right.
Barbara put together some ways to deal with drama. And I'm just going to go through a few of them here in hopes that we can tie this show down nicely and, create a good product here. Talk with the person. So if you are experiencing drama around you, somebody's saying rumors about you or gossiping, or they're always talking negative, or they always got something bad to say about the job or the place you work at or whatever, that talk with the person.
I put people on timeouts all the time. I do.
Okay.
I do it with my male friends, with my female friends. I'll be
And-
like, yo, you going through some shit right now. You need to be on a timeout.
And what does timeout mean?
That means don't call me. I'll call you. Or hit me up when you've had a revelation. When you're out of this funk.
Okay, that could be one way to protect yourself
Yes.
from drama.
Yes. And I've been very honest with you. I've been like, you know what? you're giving off a lot of negative energy right now, and I'm in a very positive place in my life, and I just feel like we're oil and water.
So run off me.
Right. Exactly. So run off me. Right. So it's just like, you know what? I understand you got shit going on right now. If you ever like really need someone to talk to in a crunch, hit me up. But like this everyday negative, life ain't shit, man ain't shit type situation, I'm good. Like I'm a positive person. I don't need that around me.
I said this earlier in the show that dramatic people or drama-filled people is a sort of sickness, right? That they really don't know that they really can't perceive themselves as being negative or you know, being too outspoken about stuff they ain't got no business talking about. You know, they don't see that. They just trying to be heard and understood. Maybe they're trying to get that misery loves company type scenario, and sometimes they really kind of need to be heard.
And that's fine. And that's fine. I mean? Go pay $50 to a copay. There are a lot of licensed psychologists out there that will help you through your situation.
Yeah. Don't get that credit.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And don't be begging for money afterwards.
Yeah, and you know, I'm attempting to express some empathy here because no matter what they are, if you find that they're drama-filled people in your life, you are supposed to be looking at them through the eyes of Christ. You're supposed to be looking at them like, you know, they're still children.
I mean, that's from your perspective. That's from your perspective.
They're still children of God.
That's from your perspective.
But some children ain't right, bro.
Yeah, right. They're not. They're sick.
They sick. So they sick.
They don't know what they don't know.
I don't have my
So if you treat somebody that way, somebody gonna treat you that way on your high level. You gonna get done the same way.
No matter how
you have empathy for people.
If you sick and you ain't treating me right and you come at me foul, don't expect me to always. You know, I have to greet you sometime how you come. Your sickness should not be my sickness.
Yeah.
Right.
So my whole thing is
I'm not gonna have my house emptied out by my cousin crackhead because he's trying to fix his habit. Like no,
absolutely not.
No, you don't get the keys to the house no more. You're wrong.
Bro, gotta go.
And I'm not talking about something that extreme. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
But no, that's the same thing. Like my emotional health, my mental health is a lot more valuable than any electronics or shit that my crackhead cousin Jerome could steal out of my house and sell.
Right.
You're not getting ready. Like I get one mind.
This idea is kind of
heavy. I get one mind, and you're not getting ready with my mind. I don't care who you are. You can be my mama or my daddy. If you in detriment of my mental health, you gonna go on a timeout, my G. Like it's like you grown, I'm grown. You put your drawers on the same way I do in the morning, one leg at a time. You need to go handle your business. You'll put yourself on timeout. You go meditate, pray, go see a priest, a psychologist, whatever you need to do. Get over this hump right now. But you need to unplug from everybody who is around you. Get rid of these outside influences and deal with you. That's just called adulting.
Yeah.
It's just called adulting.
Okay.
It's
It's like parenting.
It's anointing.
It's like adulting. Like put yourself on timeout, put your head down, and focus on what you need to do.
As you age, you're going to find yourself in that position more and more and more and more.
That's fine.
You're going to find yourself raising so far that at a certain point, you're just going to be leaving dumb people behind, or you're going to pour something back in.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the attitude you just had. The attitude you just had. People like, go get your shit together. You need to fix it. Some people don't need this. Some people need like, hey man, let me show you something. You know what I'm saying? Watch this. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna help you do something. Let me show you. I'm gonna introduce you to this book. Let's talk about it next week.
Okay.
You know what, man? I want you to read this article. I want you to go. You know, I know you're freshman right now.
Fine.
I mean,
that's
I'm just trying to. See,
that doesn't mean that you are always that person for that person.
Yeah.
It depends. I'm gonna protect me. Like if you approach me at a time. And mentally where I am not in a place to deal with you on that level,
you're not in that
I'm going to be like, you're on a timeout.
Right.
I can't deal with you right now.
I'm not talking about the extreme. What I'm attempting to do here is to find some ways to love up on these people who are sick. And yeah, we can always push them away and throw them away, etc. But there are some people who happen to be good people, and they got tapes. They got these tapes playing in their head, and you know they're tapes. You know what I mean? Sometimes they might need you to instill in them a little bit. And I think I love the word adulting. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I love the word adulting. Sometimes we do need to adult some of the people around us, simply because we need to show some love and affection, or sometimes we really can see their hurdle and we can pour into them. And so we're not to leave those people just out in the gate. There are a lot of people we are, but 80% of them we're gonna leave outside of the gate. But that 5 or 10% that comes in,
Everybody ain't gonna make it to Wakanda.
Oh no. Most ain't gonna make it to Wakanda.
I got a list of people.
Right, most are not gonna get where you are. Right, if you're looking at a person like, man, you're so negative and you always doing it, they probably aren't gonna get to where you are. But there may be an opportunity for you to say something or help them in a certain way.
Yeah.
In fact, the next one says the next way to deal with drama is take the role of mediator.
Yes.
Right.
I do believe
Promote
that.
a positive climate of interaction.
Yeah.
Bring that on top.
Find allies who will help you reduce drama.
Now,
Right.
look at them.
Cutting people out of your life.
Yeah, do
Boom.
that.
Keep your distance
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Time out.
when you need unhealthy drama.
Right. You
Right.
come out.
Create a checklist of drama.
Prone behavior. Yes.
So you can confirm the source of the drama.
Right.
Sometimes you got to get to the heart and soul of things.
Right.
Now, see, to me, that's what you got to go back and analyze people. Because a lot of times when we are dealing with something, if it caused you to be angered, then it sucked you in.
Right.
And that's one of the things that when you was talking, Craft, I want to make sure, you know, you help certain people. When they cause you to get sick,
Right.
and they
Yeah,
cause
you can't
no
do that.
mental health, but I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you said you got to love up on.
You got to love up on.
You got to understand you're not always able to be equipped to do that.
Right.
Certain
Right.
people are way farther gone than you. And my
Yeah.
whole thing is quit chasing trying to fix what's not being able to be fixed. If I don't have the tools to do it, I'm not going to put myself in a situation that I'm trying to aid what I can't help. Because now I'm wasting my time. I'm going to get frustrated.
Right.
So now I ain't going to want to help the next person I can help because what somebody else did, I put myself in that
Right.
position. And that's why you got to measure and understand you.
Yeah.
Because I used to want to, my mom told me this when I was younger. She said I used to mess with some of the young ladies that had the most problems. And my mom said, I don't know what it was that made you thought you could fix them.
Right.
But
You
my
got that
mom was a
Captain Save-All
psychologist.
mentality.
Yeah, my mom was a psychologist. So my
Smart
mom
y'all
always
out
was patient with me.
Mhm.
So I never thought that was going to rub off on me in that way. But my whole thing is when I seen a problem, I know my mom showed me love. Because Lord knows I was a problem child. She let me know, you need help. But she was the one that seen me through, didn't forsake me. So naturally, that love that she did for me comes right back out.
Right.
But it goes out to sometimes what I was recognizing then that I'm starting to see different now.
Right.
Because that's just you. It's your makeup.
Mhm.
From you young and knowing things. But let your fiber not be your enemy.
Right.
That love that you have don't have to be your enemy. It don't have to be, I have to turn it off. It's just, I need to know when to turn it on.
Exactly.
Because it's not for everyone. And
Exactly.
then you live a better life. And the people that you help understand you better compared to the people that you just going to be missing. Because you're trying to help what you ain't able to be equipped to do.
Right.
It was never in you.
Right.
But you know, you want to be that good person because I heard this is what you need to do. Understand you first. Before you start running and doing what you don't understand.
Mhm.
I've done that before. Shit, don't follow what you don't know.
There you go. There you go. How would you summarize the show, AP?
I would summarize this show by saying that I think that people can use drama to, as we stated earlier, to avoid dealing with their personal realities. Kind of like, and I like to make an analogy. So like if I know I gotta clean my room, right? I may clean every other room in my house that really don't need to be cleaned to avoid like subconsciously from cleaning my room. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then like I have a justification at the end of the day. I'm like, oh my gosh, my room's still messed up, but I'm so tired from cleaning everything else. So I'll do it tomorrow. Right. And so I think that and I think drama is just one of many avenues or deflections that people use to not deal with them. At the end of the day, majority of people are they are reluctant to take personal accountability and be very introspective and do the real, true introspective work it takes to become a better person. People talk a lot of cash money shit out there and say, you know, what they want to do. But everybody knows, I mean, New Year's resolutions are a great example of it. You know, I don't even go to the gym in January because all these new me bitches is in there. You know what I'm saying? By February, March, it's been aired out and it's back to the regulars. Here we go, everybody. You know what I'm
Now
saying?
get my exercise
Now
in.
get my exercise on, right? So
I ain't gotta watch that person in the mirror.
Natural
Right.
selection
Exactly.
process, right?
Exactly. So So I think that, you know, when people get sick and tired of being sick and tired of themselves, that's really and truly the only time that they are going to be willing to implement a plan to get them to a better place.
Yeah. My summary is that there's just no room in my world for drama. I don't need stories and fairy tales. I don't need you to try to sell me or close me on ideas. I just really need the reality of things, and then we can move on. People who like to talk negative, we got no place for you. Keep your negativity to yourself. If you find somebody who you think you might be able to pour into them a little bit and see if you can add some value to their lives. They're simply dealing with their sickness, which is insecurity. They're weak. And that drama and that negativity or whatever else it is simply a shield. They're acting out. They're creating a dramatic flare, maybe to keep the attention off of them, just so that they don't, have to show their weaknesses or whatever the case may be. But it is something that if we just allow drama-filled people to just run rampant, which there's not a whole lot we can do other than our own sphere of influence, if we allow it to run rampant, it's just going to continue to get worse. It's time for us who know better to now start teach better, because those people may have so many troubles in their life they had nobody to pour in them, and that one little thing that you pour in them could change their entire lives. It could really give them a whole level of peace that they may have never experienced before. So that's my call.
I'm going to give it to you short, sweet, and to the point. I'd like to tell you the topic tells you the whole story. Why do people focus on drama? Okay? Because they want to escape from reality.
Right.
And that's all it is.
Yeah.
But as simple as I made it sound, it's not as simple how life is.
Right.
So again, get away from just the simpleness and see how it applies to you, so you can understand you got to define. This is a formula. So if you really want to define something, let's define drama.
Right.
Okay? Then you got to understand reality. And then you get to see the two, and then you can understand what's the escape. Because whatever you're doing is keeping you from reality. And you need to get back to reality. But the escape is, but it's things that can be done. It's a formula.
Yeah.
And that's how you're going to get out of your funk.
Yeah.
Is understanding where you at.
Man.
And a lot of times people miss it.
Yeah, and Jay, that's so important, because AP, her approach to those people is really bringing them back to reality. They're filled with drama out here in the stars. She brings them back to reality. And I have a different methodology for bringing them back to reality. So do you, and everybody else does. But what I'm saying is, let's attempt to pour more back into those people. Let's bring them back to reality, because otherwise they're just going to be falling stars. So I don't have any more to say. Jay, you got any closing
I think we did a great job.
I think it was a good job.
So I don't think we got to keep going and
Yeah.
knock somebody over the head, make them mad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pineapples. Y'all ass wasn't ready. That's how we do it up in here. Bar Talk with Jay. We try to have fun with it.
Pineapples.
Till next week, y'all. We out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.